Headline: Biden hopes to ease major dispute in Friday meeting with EU chief. Source: CNN News. Date: 10 March 2023. Details: President Joe Biden hopes to ease a serious source of tension with Europe when he meets with European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen at the White House on Friday, according to officials. The dispute is technical but highly contentious. It comes at a moment a year into Russia's invasion of Ukraine, when unity between the US and its European allies is already being tested. The quarrel centers on a provision of Biden's landmark Inflation Reduction Act that offered tax credits for electric vehicles. The law specifies in order to qualify for the credit, the vehicles must source a percentage of the material for their batteries from North America or countries with a free trade agreement with the US, which the EU does not. The law has infuriated some of the United States' top allies, like the EU, who say their countries are being penalized. The timing is inopportune as Biden works to maintain transatlantic unity as the war in Ukraine enters a second year. In their talks in the Oval Office on Friday, Biden and von der Leyen plan to discuss the matter and announce a new set of negotiations that, if successful, would allow European companies to benefit from the Biden law and reduce both US and EU dependence on China. They will also discuss the ongoing war in Ukraine, including plans to deeper cooperation on enforcing sanctions against Russia and third-party countries who are supporting Moscow's invasion. That could soon include China, which US officials have warned is considering providing lethal aid to Russia. Yet it is the transatlantic economic issues that will form the center of the talks, particularly the disagreement over Biden's climate law, which European officials have slammed as protectionist. The potential agreement the two leaders will announce would center on the critical minerals that are necessary for electric vehicle batteries, perhaps unlocking for Europe some of the Inflation Reduction Act's benefits. If not resolved, the issue could potentially spiral into competing subsidies that neither side wants and add to strains caused by the war in Ukraine. What we want to do is maximize the amount of deployment, maximize the speed of that deployment, and do so in a way that builds each of our respective industrial bases. That isn't going to happen if our incentives and their incentives are misaligned and compete with one another in a zero-sum way, a senior U.S. administration official said ahead of the meeting. After Biden signed the law last year, European allies reacted harshly, setting off a scramble within the administration to resolve the issues, while not angering members of Congress, who supported the Made in America aspects of the law. Among the top proponents of the measure, West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin, the centrist Democrat whose support is critical for the White House on a number of issues. Biden's meeting Friday won't completely resolve the matter, according to officials, but instead launch a process of arriving at a type of trade agreement that would meet the law's requirements and allow European companies to help supply battery materials like lithium and nickel for electric vehicles. U.S. officials have been in similar discussions with counterparts from the United Kingdom and Japan to assuage those nations' similar concerns about the Inflation Reduction Act. It's unclear how long the process might take. The goal here is to ensure that as we make our investments, as Europe make its investments, that our approaches are communicated, that we're communicating with one another on our approaches, so that we maximize the deployment of clean energy technology over time, and not that those incentives compete with one another, the official said. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and share. Don't forget subscribe and click the bell button to get update news reminder.